Greetings, kindred spirits and wandering souls. Lend me thine ears, for I shall weave thee a tale most curious, a tale of solitude, of quiet rebellion, of a young woman who dared to forsake the din of modernity for the hush of forgotten lands. Beyond the reach of crowded streets and hurried lives, where the wind whispers secrets to the mountains and time lingers like an old companion, there lies a village, abandoned, untouched, cradled by the wild embrace of nature. Here I have found my dwelling, a quiet paradise, carved not from luxury but from the tender hands of simplicity. What is it, dear listener, that calls one to such a life? Is it a longing for peace, a hunger for freedom, or perchance a silent defiance against the fate society has neatly prepared? Come, let us journey together through these forsaken paths, where silence speaks louder than words and the heart learns to beat in harmony with the earth. My dearest gentle wanderer, the world I have left behind is one full of grand aspirations, a ceaseless march toward a future forever dangling just beyond reach. There, ambition is both the master and the tormentor, whispering of success yet demanding a price no soul can truly afford. How oft did I labor beneath the weight of expectations, weaving my days into a tapestry of toil only to find it threadbare and fraying at the edges? And so I chose another path, not one paved with gold, nor lined with accolades, but one with soft earth, kissed by the morning dew and rich with the scent of promise. If you are listening to this, perhaps you too have felt it. The quiet ache of a soul weighed down by a world that never stops demanding, never stops measuring, never stops whispering that you must do more, be more, and prove more. I know that weariness well. It settled in my bones long before I found the courage to live. And so I walked away. I sought a place where time is not carved into deadlines, where worth is not measured by achievement, where the self is not constantly seen, evaluated, and questioned. I did not know what I would find, but the mountains, ever patient, waited for me. Oh, the mountains, vast and unmoved, draped in mists like ancient gods who have long since given up the need to explain themselves. Here, the air is thick with the scent of damp earth. The trees do not lean forward to ask who I am or what I have done. They simply stand, rooted in their quiet certainty, and in their stillness, I am learning to do the same. The seasons are a beauty and a mystery no one can solve. It was only the other day that the sun scorched the land, its golden fire relentless, cracking the soil, culling the leaves. And now the rains have come, slipping like silver threads through the sky, softening the ground, whispering life back into the earth. The fields, once barren, now stir with expectancy. Soon, seeds will be sown, and in time, they will break the surface, reaching for light. How strange, how poetic, that what was once dry and desolate will soon be bursting with green. Life turns its own pages, never lingering too long on sorrow, always pressing forward to the next chapter. And so it is with us, is it not? We too have our seasons of droughts and downpours, our moments of barrenness and abundance. But just as the earth does not doubt the coming of spring, so too must we trust that growth will follow, even after the longest winter. I did not always believe this. There was a time when the weight of not being enough pressed upon my chest like a stone. Imposter syndrome. What a cruel thief it is. It does not shout, it whispers. It creeps into the quiet spaces of the mind, weaving doubt into every success, undoing every moment of pride with the fear that it was merely luck, that soon the world will see through the illusion. I have known this feeling since childhood. I remember standing before my classmates, my book open, my voice trembling, not because I could not read, but because my mind insisted that I could not do it well enough. The words blurred, not from lack of skill, but from the terror of being seen, of failing in front of those who could easily confirm my deepest fear. You do not belong. And when the imposter syndrome merges with social anxiety, it becomes a battle of endless self surveillance. The mind fractures into two, one part attempting to perform, the other watching, critiquing, whispering, "You are embarrassing yourself." And so I shrank, I hesitated, I swallowed my voice before it could betray me. But the mountains have no audience. Here, I am no longer performing, I am simply existing. And in this solitude, I have begun to question the voice that once ruled me. I have begun to speak back. Psychologists call it cognitive reframing, the gentle art of turning the mind's gaze from fear to truth. When doubt arises, I do not silence it. I answer it. When my mind tells me I am not enough, I ask, but by whose measure? When it whispers that I do not belong, I remind myself that belonging is not something granted, it is something claimed. And so, I am learning to rewrite the script. When the voice of doubt rises, I feed it with words that heal rather than wound. I am here. I am capable. I am worthy of the space I take up. I think of the seeds I am about to sow, how they too must push through the darkness before they reach the light, how they do not question whether they deserve to grow, they simply do. Loneliness? Perhaps. But is it not a noble solitude? When one is alone with the whisper of the trees and the wisdom of the stars? Each night, I light up my lamp, and in its glow, I ponder the life I have chosen. Some would call it folly, this retreat from the world, this forsaking of the known for the embrace of the world. But tell me, dear friend, is it not also folly to race toward the end one does not desire? The world speaks of security, of progress, of a life neatly bound in ledgers and ticking clocks. Yet here, I have found another rhythm, the slow turning of seasons, the steady pulse of the land, the unhurried murmur of a stream that does not ask where it must go, only that it flows. It is the season of planting, and with my hands, I press seeds into the soil, oats, potatoes, lima beans, and corn. Each a quiet testament to patience, to faith in that which is yet unseen. The city taught me urgency, yet the land speaks of waiting, of tending, of trusting that what is sown in diligence shall be reaped in due time. The earth does not hurry, yet all things come to pass. And so, I too am learning to grow, not as a towering monument to achievement, but as a humble stalk in a vast field, swaying gently with the wind, unburdened by the weight of proving my worth. And so, my dear wanderer, if you too have felt like an imposter in your own life, know this: you are not alone. But the mind, though powerful, is not always truthful. Step away from the noise, even if only for a moment. Find a place, whether in nature or within yourself, where the world's expectations do not reach. And there, remind yourself you are never an imposter. You are simply taught to doubt your own light. Perhaps one day, when the harvest is plenty and my heart is full, I shall send word to the world I left behind, not to seek permission, nor to explain, but merely to whisper, I have found my peace, and I hope in time you shall find yours too. The rains have come, the fields are ready, and I am planting anew, and so I heal.